All I wanted to do was cry. I managed to squat down next to her, hold her while she sobbed and sobbed. It was like a dam wall broke and all the years of stored up sadness flooded out in one go. Sounds like quite a privilege to me. Richard glanced up from the sheet of paper in front of him, glasses perched on the end of his nose, pencil poised to make another notation. Oh, Marj, come here, I'm sorry. I'm so busy with this list for the service tonight, I wasn't paying proper attention. The pencil rattled to the floor as Richard stood up, pulling Marj into his arms. It's just I'm not sure I convinced her, Richard. Marj buried her face into her cardigan, Marj buried her face into his cardigan, her voice muffled. The nurse came to give her an injection to calm her. She was so upset. Told me I could stay while the sedative took effect, but then I must go. She was asleep when I left, still clutching that palm cross I gave her. She wriggled out of Richard's embrace. Do you think I did the right thing, taking it to her? I hope I've not done more harm than good. Richard rested his hands on her shoulders, gave her a firm stare. I think it was the best thing you could ever have done for her. The dam needs to burst if she's ever to be filled with love and forgiveness. Only when we're empty can we be washed. Do you know, that's given me a thought. He bent to retrieve the pencil from the floor, groaning as his knee protested. Now, let me see. He ran his fingers down the page. Right, here she is. Joelle. He drew a circle round the name. Tipping the page, he beamed up at Marj. We'll go to visit her later, together, after the service. Marj sniffed, pulling a scrunched-up tissue from her pocket. That would be wonderful, if you won't be too tired. I'll manage. Joelle is worth a late night or two, but now I must get on with this. He returned his attention to the piece of paper, sighing and huffing his way through the list of congregants. He could choose only 12. Which 12 should they be? By 6:30, Richard was ready. People had been arriving for the service for the last half an hour. Richard's pulse raced as he waited for the final stragglers to find their seats. Every row was full, every face sombre and expectant. Muted conversations ebbed and flowed around the church, voices kept low. Through the west window, the last rays of sun burnished the sky a deep orange. A flock of birds flew past on their way to roost, their shapes silhouetted like a child's drawing in the late afternoon light. The scents of beeswax and burning candles lingered over the high altar, the focus of the evening's special service. The wood shone with a deep lustre, polished by the ever-diligent Mrs. Hodges. Richard glanced down at the marked page wedged beneath his Bible on the lectern. Yes, he'd made the right decision on that. Removing his glasses, Richard pushed upwards from his chair, cleared his throat, and spread his arms wide, welcoming the congregation into the warmth of an embrace. Behind him, Colin responded with the opening chords of the first hymn, holding the notes until the rustle of rows of people getting to their feet died down. As Richard recited the prescribed liturgy, the sun sank lower in the sky. Shadows lengthened and grew as the candle flames danced in the dimming light. The ornate plate and chalice of the communion meal winked and twinkled as Richard blessed and consecrated the elements ready for the following morning's Good Friday service. Before we close, it is my duty and my honour to follow our Lord Jesus in his example of servant love for his disciples and, by extension, all of us. Richard picked up the sheet of paper, his eyes flicking from his notes to those seated in front of him. Some avoided his glance, transferring their gaze to the tiled floor or the vaulted roof. Others smiled in confident expectation, adult versions of children believing themselves certain of a place on the sports team. One or two newcomers to St Saviours watched with curiosity, eyes darting to left and right, questioning, uncertain. Would the following please come forward? Marj, please bring the basin and towel. Colin, the chairs.